This is Run in Her Shoes podcast with Amber
and Robyn,
where we talk about balancing life, work, and running.
As busy moms juggling life, we want to provide a community where we encourage taking time for your mental and physical health on your running journey.
Join us weekly as we talk about our favorite races, gear, and goals as amateur runners, 1 mile at a time.
But how frumpy do I look in this sweater?
How frumpy?
Yeah.
I think you look like cozy, casual, cute. Okay. Like, I was looking at your outfit when you came in, and I thought, well, shoot, like, I look like sporty, and you look like cute, casual, comfy.
No, say what you were going to say.
No, I was going to say, like, cute mom.
Yeah, that's
yes,
what you were going to
I was going to say cute mom.
Cute
mom. Okay. Well, let's kick things off and have our very first intro episode. So, I'm Amber.
I'm Robyn.
And this is Run in Her Shoes podcast. This is going to be the very first intro episode where we just talk a little bit about our background and what the mission is going to be for this entire podcast. So we wanted to share our stories with you before we jump into episode 1, which will be coming soon. So Robyn went along with my crazy idea of starting this that I've been dreaming of for a while as we've both been starting our running journeys. And I thought, how cool would it be to connect with other women across wherever, the U.S., the world. I don't know how big this might be. I don't know. We're allowed to dream big. We're allowed. How cool would it be to connect with women that might be struggling to either start a running fitness journey or are having trouble finding motivation to keep going or just want motivation and to find a community in running. So that's kind of what we found together in this past year, like being able to go on our different adventures. And so we wanted to share them with you and just kind of foster this environment where we can talk about our running goals, any setbacks we have, and include a little bit of fun and history behind the races that we're doing or have goals to do. So that's kind of our vision for what this podcast is going to be. But I would not be here. I know that I would not be a runner if it were not for you.
Stop.
No, I'm serious. So I love your running story, and I was hoping that you could share like where you got started and where you are today.
Yeah, well, I think running first being put in my head was a long time ago. We don't have to say how long.
Okay, no.
Yeah. But in high school, I ran cross country. Really had no interest in running. There was a boy that I thought was cute that ran cross country. So I decided to also run. And I was never scoring points for our team, but I liked being there. Everyone was really inclusive. The team was really fun.
What was your race that you would do? What was your distance?
We always did a 5K.
Okay.
So, and then practices were always somewhere around there. And then races were always 5Ks.
Okay.
I wasn't the fastest. I wasn't the slowest. But I think that's where I was I socially fit in because I wasn't popular. I wasn't not popular, but I liked being part of the team.
Sure.
Anyway, so graduation, I never run again. I don't know if I ever considered myself a runner. I wasn't good enough to scholarships,
Sure.
So anyway, so I just never ran again. And then for people who live local to us, there are these nights called Wine and Woos. A woman comes. Her name is Willow. She's amazing. She calls herself an accidental psychic. And so one day when she called on me to ask any type of question, and I had just told her I just felt kind of stuck where I was at. I feel like even at that point, we were close. Like we
Sure.
could always pick up, but we hadn't found this closeness yet.
No.
And so I just felt kind of stuck where I was at. And so I just kind of asked her, what could I be doing to just kind of get unstuck?
Because as a mom, we all kind of feel stuck. Like if you're a mom out there and you have never faced this, I would love to talk with you because like so much of our identity goes into our kids. Like the second they're born, we go on the back burner. And I don't think a lot of people always seek out an answer. Like, how do I find myself? You just assume this new identity, right?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. And so Willow, first she told me to eat a salad.
Yes, I remember that.
And she said it in, I don't know, what's our language situation here?
I know.
Eat an effing salad is
she
what
did.
she said. And that I got to eat a salad every day. And she asked me if I'd ever been a runner. And so I quickly just kind of said, well, in high school, I mean, that was a million years ago. No, I don't consider myself a runner. And she just told me that she really sees me in that space to just get out. And I think what helped me get started wasn't just her words, but just she acknowledged, like, just take it a block at a time.
Right.
You don't have to go out and sign up for the 5K that's happening tomorrow. Right. Just take it slow and just, but be out there. And that was going to be something for me. I've been really, Jack has come with me, my son, a couple of times, but I really made a point to like,
that's you time.
Yeah. So I'm not bringing my kids. Also, my work was helping with full-time employees on any wellness journey they were on. So it all kind of coincided at the same time where I have someone saying this would be really good for you. Yeah. Plus my work is like, we'll help pay for shoes. Yeah.
You're like, okay.
Right.
How many shoes?
Well, and also it's like, okay, so where's my excuse not to do this? It, not that it was too easy to start, but it was just, it felt like everything was kind of like,
the stars were aligning.
Yeah.
Telling you to run.
Yeah.
And you started running in the mornings because you work full time. So you were waking up and running when it was dark, you time. I remember seeing pictures of you posting and I was like, dang, like she's committed. She's doing this.
Yeah.
And so you started slow, like running around your neighborhood, doing blocks at a time. And then you like slowly started signing up for races.
Yeah.
And then I butted in, but we'll talk about that later. Yeah, well, I love your running story, and I'm so grateful for you that you started doing that. I know, as a runner, we kind of joke and say, like, it didn't happen if we didn't post it on social media. Sometimes I feel that way. It's like, I just ran, everybody, I want to tell you. But if you hadn't have been posting your running routes and your pictures, I'm not sure I would have picked it up. So I had been watching you for a while and thinking like what a badass you were for running in the dark, because it scares me a little bit to run in the dark for a lot of reasons. But well, we're out in the country, so yeah. I don't know. But I was in the middle of doing a 75 hard challenge, which we can talk about that too. But my main focus during that length of time for 75 days, doing 2 workouts a day, both 45 minutes. One of them is outside. There's other components to it too, where you're reading 10 pages of a nonfiction book, you're drinking a gallon of water, you're not drinking alcohol, and you're taking a daily picture. What else am I forgetting? I think those are the components of it. It's
no alcohol.
No alcohol. Pick a diet and stick to it. I was doing intermittent fasting. So I was definitely focusing on myself and getting to like a better level of fitness and mindfulness, because a lot of that whole challenge, it's really mental. Like Andy Frisella is who created that challenge, and he calls it an Iron Man for your mind. So yes, you're doing physical things, but there's mental aspects to it as well. But when I started it, like I said, I can do all of these things, but I was thinking I'm just going to take my dogs for a walk for 45 minutes. or less, and I'll finish by myself because I have old dogs. But maybe I'll do that, and then I'll do yoga and Pilates, nothing too extreme. I wasn't going into this thinking I needed to hit the gym super hard for 45 minutes, nothing like that. And prior to all of this, I was not a runner either. I played volleyball in high school. I played tennis in high school. And I remember at the end of my tennis practices, we would have to go run afterwards. And that is what I would dread the most. I'd be like, are you kidding me? Why do we have to run? What is the point of this? And then in college, I was not active at all. That was probably the least activity I did for myself in college. Like I didn't work out. I remember thinking I needed to work out, and I signed up for a fitness class, and then I dropped out of it because that was the only class I ever dropped in high school or in college. So like for me to say I was not into fitness before, I mean it. I was not. So I wasn't a runner. I never had a passion to run. But when I started seeing your pictures, I was thinking, that looks cool. I wonder if I can do it. And so I was out on one of my walks. I remember I had done like 2 or 3 laps around our little area with the old dogs and then let them go inside and rest. And I still had about 30 minutes or so I needed to finish. So I walked down this path that we have. And on the way back up, I knew I was about a mile away from my house. And I thought, well, Robyn's running. I bet I could do it. I'm gonna
Robyn's
try.
doing it.
No,
anyone can do it.
That's not what I mean. I just mean like she's
But,
running.
like, kinda.
I want to run. Like if she can be a runner, I can be a runner. Like no, that's really in the best way. I just mean like
Yeah.
I wasn't. You told me you ran in cross country. I didn't run in cross. I didn't know. So I just started running, and I got done, and I wanted to just shout it from the rooftops like, hey everybody, I just ran a mile. I did it. Like I told Robyn, like, oh my god, I just ran a mile. This was amazing. And I'm telling all my 75 hard friends, like, I just ran a mile. And it was a big accomplishment for me because I thought I was just gonna walk every day for 45 minutes. So it felt really good. And then you were signing up for races. I remember you signed up for a local 5K, and I didn't butt into that one.
It was terrible.
Why was it terrible?
I mean, it was, okay, so if you're from Salida, it started at the bottom of S Mountain, and then we didn't run, we ran, on the road, but then it was up S Mountain.
Oh.
Yeah.
I would have thought that would be more than a 5K, like when I think about it.
Not all the way up to the top. At a certain point, like the first turnaround, like that little pull off.
Uh-huh.
So to there, and then back, and then kind of up through town. But yeah.
That's a steep incline.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I get it.
But anyway, okay, go ahead.
Okay, so that was your first 5K, but I watched you finish.
Yeah.
And it was with our local humane society, and they were
so
like dogs around. Yeah. So fun fact, we like dogs. So I didn't butt my way into that one, but then shortly after we had another local 5K being sponsored, which we will get into for our first episode to talk about our first 5K. But that is kind of where our running relationship really started. Well, I mean, I might have been a bit of a stalker, to be honest, because I just kind of hunched on to what you were doing, like followed you around. Like whatever race you run, I'm gonna run.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, it was okay. And so from that point forward, like we've had so many fun adventures. Yeah. And it has been like a year.
I know.
And
crazy.
there's still so many that we've done and so many that we're going to do. So I just am so excited to have you guys here, though, just to bring this whole thing, full circle, and just know that as you guys are listening to these episodes, know like where we started, what our origin stories were. We weren't college athletes.
Yeah,
no, not at all. I don't ever plan on being an Olympian.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
Or a professional runner.
No.
I mean, it would be cool, but
no one's calling me to sponsor whatever.
No,
but that's okay.
Find our number, and it's okay. Yeah, that's the point of this, is that we are, I'm hoping, relatable, right?
Yeah.
Like we're moms. We both work full time. We have families. There's a lot going on, but we still find time to run, find time for ourselves. And that's what we want to embrace and share with all of our listeners. So I guess that's our intro. Do you have anything else?
I think just what I would like to add, especially from my own experience, is making sure that all women know that no two runners look alike, run alike, or coming from the same background. Whether you have a cross-country background or ran in high school or just picking up for the first time, this is about you and your runs. And so not to compare yourself to anyone else, because that's also hard, but to just make this about you and to enjoy your journey.
Absolutely. Just meet yourself where you're at.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody, for listening to this intro episode. We have episode 1 available for you right now as well. So go ahead and listen to that. And go ahead and like, rate, share this podcast, share with your friends, share with your fellow runners, and we can't wait to see where this journey goes.
Thanks for stopping by. See you next time.
See you next time. Thanks for listening to Run in Her Shoes. Run in Her Shoes podcast is produced and edited by Amber Linza and Robyn Ogden. It's time to run, sister.